Well, Hassa, looks like you're gonna get a win today. All you need is Austin Ekeler to put up more than 14 points. That should be easy.
No, 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 no.
Welcome back, fake football managers, to another manager's message. We didn't really have too many crazy games last week. I guess the closest one was Hassa, who was literally one play away from winning again this week. Sorry, Buckaroo. Maybe next time. And the standings didn't change too much as well. The Seminoles still in the number 1 spot with super duper wacky razzles right behind. After that, there's a whole bunch of us in the middle that are fighting for position. Alright, let's do a quick recap on the games that were, and then I'm going to take a look at the games that will be. This week's biggest beatdown was a 67-point victory by Super Duper Wacky Razzles over the South Park Cows. Now yes, 145 points is a very nice score, nothing to scoff at, but
bravo on that, by the way.
You kind of played an empty lineup. Dave didn't show up. 78 points. You played the lowest scoring team of the week, man. Of course you were going to get a win. Dave, absolutely no one showed up for you. Joe Burrows with 17. Your next highest score was 11. You're not going to get it done with those kind of scores. Wacky Razzle, you had a big game. Obviously Tua and Tyreek showed up. Ravens D, huge game. CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard both had very good games. And Breece Hall, he looks pretty good. You got a good one there. But you wasted a whole bunch of points beating someone that forgot they were even playing you. Next up is this 60-point whipping that the Dark Side Grey Wolf put up on motherfucking Tumbles. Now I thought Tumbles was off to some winning ways. I guess I thought wrong. Dark Side Grey Wolves, 150 points. What a huge week you had. Pretty much all the damage being done by Mostert, Thielen, and obviously Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Isn't that like the sweetest thing ever?
Now, Tumbles, you had decent games out of Wilson and Waddle, but nobody else wanted to play. 90 points just isn't going to get it done in this league, buddy. Next up, we have the Polk High Panthers with a 27-point win over Simply Slats. Look, I'm happy to get this win. All praise be to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He dropped 33 for me to kind of secure this deal. Justin Fields got hurt in the middle of the game. He only put up 4 points anyways. God damn it, I don't know what to do with quarterback.
Just give it up.
But luckily enough, everyone else put up a pretty good game. Pittman did really well, and obviously the kicker had a good game on Thursday, so I think that gave me just enough to stay away from Slats. He really didn't get enough production out of his team in general, but he did have a small chance if Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs had some big games. They had okay games, not good games, so that kept me in the W column. But again, 90 points isn't going to get it done in our league unless you play Dave.
This is not a good thing at all.
Next up, we have the Seminoles' 23-point victory over the Deadly Venoms. Going into the week prior, these were the 2 hottest teams in the league, both coming off of losses. And now, Jerry, you got 2 L's right in a row. 86 points is not great. Still would have beat Dave, but not great. Basically, the only person to give you any effort at all was Kyron Williams with 24 points. Your kicker had 13 as well, so good job for you. I mean, the Seminoles didn't have that great of a game either. It was really just Herbert, Allen, and A.J. Brown that kind of kept you above the 100 mark, and you would have been better off playing Derrick Henry. But it didn't matter because Jerry didn't even break 90.
Oh my.
And then finally, our closest game of the week, the Austin, Texas G-Dog Warriors and their 5-point victory over Hostile. Some pretty decent showings from both sides here. Obviously for the G-Dog Warriors, Cooper Kupp had himself a game, and for Hostile, nobody really completely showed up for him either. Etienne had a pretty good game, Kenneth Walker, good, but all he needed was Austin Ekeler to cover 14 or better. Coming off an injury, ready to go, taking on the Cowboys. And basically it came down to one play where Austin Ekeler couldn't grab 1 extra yard to get that touchdown. So another week where Hassa fails on 1 play on Monday night to secure a victory. And now let's take a look at the matchups for this week. First off, let's take a look at the third place Austin, Texas G-Dog Warriors taking on ninth place South Park Cows. I feel like the Thursday night fiasco favored the South Park Cows just a little bit more than the G-Dog Warriors. Trevor Lawrence with 19 is a little bit of a disappointment, but that's not that bad. Calvin Ridley with 1 point, that's gonna hurt. This will depend a lot on whether Christian McCaffrey is ready to go or not, but I think the G-Dog Warriors still have a lot more in the bank than the South Park Cows do, but this is a perfect opportunity for those Cows to get another win. I just feel like they don't want to win. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to.
Next up, we have the fourth place Simply Slats taking on the back to 10th place Motherfucking Tumbles. They only had one player going on Thursday night, which was Slats' Olave. 12 points is okay. I would have wanted more out of him had I played him, but it's damn sure better than nothing. I honestly see a ton of question marks on both sides for both of these teams. I would imagine either one of these guys would be happy to score 100 this week.
High five!
I feel like Slats is really dependent upon Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs having good games. And for Tumbles this week, you have a lot of your players on a bye. Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Dalton Schultz. Shit, even your kicker is on a bye. I'm honestly surprised you were able to put a team together at all. But with all the players you have on a bye, Tumbles, I have a really hard time even imagining you getting a win this week.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Next up, we have the 5th place Darkside Grey Wolves marching into Hosstown to take on the 8th place Hostile. Yeah, you're an 8th now, buddy. Both teams had players going on Thursday night. The Grey Wolf had Christian Kirk, who gave him 19 points, very nice day. Hostile had Travis Etienne with 22, also a nice day. And the Saints defense, that only got him 5, but it's only really losing you about 4 points off of your projection, so overall, not that big of a fail.
You have the presumption that people care what you say. They don't.
The Grey Wolves really are going to run through Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Honestly, Christian Kirk was one of the Wolves' biggest question marks for the week, so with that question mark dropping 19, you might be in deep trouble here, Hossa. You need your running backs to show up. You need Eckler to be big. You need Walker to show up. You need your bullshit tight end to start catching all the balls again. Hopefully he won't, so my guy can catch those. And you really need Hurts to show up. For some reason, I think this might turn out to be the best game of the week, which means we could still have a chance to watch Hossa win or lose the week on a single play on a Monday night game.
You blew it! You had it all and you blew it!
Next up, we have my 6th place Polkheim Panthers taking on the 7th place Deadly Venoms. I hate to say this is a must-win game in week 7, but this is a very important game as far as overall standings are going to be concerned. Both of us sitting at 3-3, right on the cusp of the playoffs. And as of right now, we are projected to be dead even at 113. Jerry has gone through some injury troubles as of late. He keeps getting running backs off of waivers that are good and then get hurt. Kyren Williams being the latest one. But where Jerry has running back problems, I have quarterback problems.
You're fucking out. Kenny Powers is now a free agent.
Justin Fields is out again, so I guess I'm back to Jordan Love. At least he's playing Denver this week, so that should help. I really just need a little bit more out of Bijan Robinson, and I'm desperately trying to solidify that 4th spot on my roster. I think anyone on the Deadly Venoms team could go off on any day, but I see a lot of inconsistencies. I mean, Saquon is great, but he's on the Giants, so if they just get in a hole, they're not going to run anymore. I just hope that any touchdowns that Aaron Jones gets come in the form of a pass from Jordan Love. Godwin can be super hit or miss. Devontae Adams might not be needed in Chicago, but he definitely could do whatever he wants on that team, so the sky is the limit there. Should be a good game, definitely an important game as far as jostling for positions go, so good luck, Jerry. And now the game of the week for the #1 spot in the league. The 1st place Seminoles are taking on the 2nd place Super Duper Wacky Razzles. That's right, the winner of this game will take the outright lead in the league. So this literally is a battle for 1st place. That means both of you better drum your teams up. The Super Duper Wacky Razzles just needs Miami to keep doing what Miami does. Tua and Tyreek have been on fire.
Here we go.
They are taking on a fairly decent Philadelphia Eagles defense, but people can score on them. Trust me, I've had them as my defense. You do, however, have some really bad bye-week headaches. Dallas is gone, so no CeeDee Lamb, no Tony Pollard. New York is out, so no Breece Hall, who had been looking so nice for you, which means you are leaning hard and heavy into Pittsburgh having a big week. Anytime you're that reliant on the Pittsburgh offense in 2023, I pray for your soul. Now, the Seminoles have a few buys going on as well, but I don't really think that interrupted his lineup all that much. You do need to get yourself a kicker, so I would recommend adding one in before, games are played. I would have really loved to see both of these teams hit each other at full health, but it is what it is. And because of the bye week situation, I'm really going to have to lean with the Seminoles here. Although if Pittsburgh has a good game, we could be saying hail to the Wacky Razzles.
Hail to the king, baby.
Well, there you go. A few interesting matchups this week. I really think that Dark Side Grey Wolves versus Hostile is going to be the game of the week.
So good.
And hopefully last week's win strangled some sense into my Polkai Panthers and they can start reeling off wins on the rest of you fools. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to set your lineup. Don't play players on a bye week. Don't play hurt players. Make sure to add a kicker, Ryan.
Nice job, you fucking kicker!
And now, this week's inspirational message.
You all know what you have to do. Remember, no one, and I mean no one, comes into our house and pushes us around. This is your game now, gentlemen. And for you seniors, it's your last one, so make it count. Because you'll remember it for the rest of your lives.